As long as we're down to 8, I'm good.
Nice. We got we'll give it another minute or two before we really start, just to make sure that nobody has any other technical difficulties. Did you guys do yesterday's workout by any chance? You did?
I see, put down 3 cubic yards of mulch on Sunday workout.
Say that again?
I did the put down 3 cubic yards of mulch workout on Sunday.
Oh, okay, good. So you substituted. Has this class been generally like 3 to 5 people, Kathleen? I know you're here quite a bit.
Yeah, it's usually like 5 or 6.
Okay. Cool.
But like some of the people who are normally here, like usually Beth is here. She just texted that she's not coming.
Okay.
Usually Bobby's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that, James?
It's my box jump stand.
Really? Have you tested that out? We don't need that today, do we? Oh yeah, we certainly can use that for our inverted push-ups.
Exactly.
Elevated. Okay, well, I'm gonna start discussing. If Favi or anybody else jumps in, we'll catch them up. Okay. All right. So let me squeeze in my whiteboard here. I don't know if you can. Let me see if I can get that. You got a little bit of a glare there, but I'll point to what I'm talking about. So I don't know if you guys, who was doing CrossFit in 2015? Miriam, I know you were.
Yep.
You were, Kathleen, no, you weren't. Well, if you participated in the Open back in 2015, then you will have done this rep scheme. Obviously, it's going to be modified a little bit because we're at home. But it's a basically, I want to tell you right off the bat, it's a sprint. Anytime you see AMRAP 8, that means 8 minutes. Obviously, that's sort of cluing you into the fact that they don't want you spending a lot of time standing around. Here's Favi. Favi, we were just talking about you.
We're wondering where you were.
Wait till she confirms that she can hear us.
Morning.
Good.
Morning.
We thought you might be coming. We were like, we'll get started, but if Favi comes in, we'll catch her up. So we just started talking.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
No worries. You're good. So in 2015, the 4th workout of the CrossFit Open in 2015 was an 8-minute AMRAP. Okay, and what I was just saying to the others is that anytime you see 8 minutes on an AMRAP, you know that that's supposed to be a sprint. There's not a lot of time built into the workout for transition times, talking about going from one movement to the other, and there's also not a lot of time for resting, okay? So I really want you to take that into consideration when you hear 3, 2, 1, go. Know that it's just 8 minutes. Pick those, kick up onto those push-ups as soon as you get put the dumbbell down, and then we'll keep moving, okay? So the rep scheme today, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a couplet. So it's handstand push-ups. Obviously, that's going to be modded down to inverted handstand push-ups. And what I mean by inverted is it can be pike, meaning your feet are on the floor, your butt's up in the air, so you're kind of like this, or you can elevate your feet up onto an object to make them more challenging. So a chair, a box, one of those benches that James has there, anything that can elevate those feet. But I only want you elevating if you can successfully invert your torso with your feet on the ground first. So we're going to work up to that in our warm-up just to see where we're at on those. With regard to the power cleans, the workout, I wrote right here, you might be able to see it. It says, I'll zoom in a little bit. It says that the RX open weights in 2015 were 185 and 135, and then my little guy says, yikes. He says, yikes, because that's pretty heavy, especially once we get up into the 9, 12, 15. It's meant to be, either touch and go, and if not touch and go, it's like, when we do the workout grace, where we do a clean and jerk, and then we pick it right back up, and we pick it right back up, and we do 30 of them. That's meant to be the tempo. So make sure that when you choose your weight, and obviously we're not using the barbell unless any of you guys has a barbell, we're going to be using dumbbells. Here's the other thing about dumbbells and kettlebells. We have this program for the modification as single arm cleans. So what that means, the most important thing that means is you have to realize it's probably going to take longer to do because you have to do 3 on your right arm, 3 on your left arm. Down here, you have to do 6 on your right arm, 6 on your left arm, 9 on your right arm, 9 on your left arm. So you're doubling the amount of reps. However, most likely you're going to be using a lighter weight because most of us have a kettlebell or a dumbbell that's lighter than probably, it's lighter as compared with 135 RX for ladies, 185 for the guys. That's obviously a very heavy weight, and you may have scaled that if you did this open workout. But we are going 1 arm at a time unless you have 2 dumbbells or 2 kettlebells and you want to go simultaneously. That's clearly an option for you as well, because that means you can get back to the handstand push-ups and then keep it going. So that's completely up to you, but I'm going to assume that most folks today are going to have 1 kettlebell or dumbbell that they're going to be working with. So they're going to have to do their right arm first, left arm first. So this is not going to be alternating. You're going to do all with 1 arm, then all with the other, okay? So it's just going to go up by 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. You're adding 3 reps every time. Keep that number in your head so you don't get lost. And we'll call time at the end of 8 minutes. Transitions. That's what I want you to focus on. I want you to put that dumbbell down and immediately kick up, put your feet on a chair, get your feet on the floor into that pike position, and get started on those handstand push-ups. Let's talk briefly about range of motion. Who has an ab mat or something that they can put for their head? I see Kathleen's got her hand raised. Anybody else? Okay, so if I was doing this workout, I would probably want to put a towel or something underneath my head just so that, maybe if you have a nice plush carpet or something like that underneath your head for doing these handstand push-ups. Also, just like we can with handstand push-ups in the gym, you can elevate your landing spot. If your range of motion is short, I would rather have you elevate your target so that you can still get your head all the way down, as opposed to having to sort of limit your range of motion with your arms, meaning you don't go all the way down, because some folks don't have the strength to go all the way down to their head, even in a pike position, and then all the way back up. So if you can put a book down or something that's going to raise that up, that's obviously a good option for being able to change that range of motion. Any questions about that? Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around just so I know what we're dealing with in terms of our weights today. I'm going to talk to each one of you and hear what you plan on using for your power cleans. Kathleen, what do you have?
I have a 35-pound dumbbell.
Okay, and remember, these are not hanging power cleans. So each time you're going to have to go back down and kiss that dumbbell to the floor. We want your lower back to be in this nice angle here. We don't want to turn these into stiff leg where we're just sort of hinging at the hips up and down. We want to make sure we're getting that back down and using the hips to jump the weight up to our shoulders, okay? James, what do you have?
50 pounds dumbbell.
50-pound dumbbell, that'll work just perfect. Fabi, what about you?
I have a barbell and a dumbbell. I'm still undecided. It's only
Okay.
8 minutes. What would you recommend?
Here's okay. What kind of weight would you be working with the barbell?
It's at 70 pounds right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave that up to you. Since you are fortunate enough to have a barbell, and we're not programming a lot of workouts with a barbell because most do not have a barbell, this might be a day where you decide you want to do the the 2015 open style and use the barbell. But just know that means that you're going to be on the handstand push-ups more than others, because others are going to have to do 1 arm and then the other arm. You, on the other hand, will be able to clean 3 times and back. I mean, if it were me, like I said, I would probably use the barbell, even though that's lighter than you probably. What weight would you probably use if you were in the gym?
Probably 85. Yeah.
Okay, so you're only 10 to 15 pounds off of what you would do in the gym?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll leave it to you. Maybe you can decide after the warm-up to see how you feel. But
Sure.
I think that using a barbell, since you're fortunate to have one, would be a good option today.
It's not an Olympic barbell, but it's one of those. I never worked with this barbell, so we'll see.
What's
I'll
the,
try.
is it a training? What kind of barbell is
It's those skinny ones, those metal ones. I don't know.
it? Okay. Well, I mean, I think you mean the grip on it is a little skinnier?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, completely up to you. It's
Okay.
just you're gonna be doing more shoulders if you do barbell because you're gonna spend less time doing the clean, so you're gonna be doing your shoulders more. So just realize that of the 8 minutes, you'll be working your shoulders more if you do the barbell than if you do dumbbell. Okay? You have the option. Miriam, how about you?
I have a 45-pound kettlebell.
All right. That's fairly heavy for those clean.
That's going to be pretty heavy. Yeah. And depending on things, if it gets to be that I just can't do it, I'll probably just switch and do goblet squats.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna play around with it during the warm up, and we'll see where it is.
Well, here's another thought. If you get to a number, like for example, if you get to 9, and nine is doable. Well, here's two thoughts. So if you get to a number like 9, and then you get to 12, then maybe you stay with 9 on the clean.
Okay.
Do 9, and then your 12 pike push-ups. That actually goes for everything in this workout. You got to be a little flexible. If you get to the point where 12, like from 9 to 12, if 12 on the handstand push-ups requires you taking 2 breaks, like taking forever, I mean, I would rather see you stay with 9 if you can keep moving. I think keep moving is a very important priority today versus increasing the reps. So the rep scheme is what it is. It's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. But if it's going to take you forever to do 15, but you can get through 12 with only 1 break, then maybe stay with 12. Maybe stay with 12, go back. Or here's my second thought. Similarly, if you're able to keep moving by switching arms, so for example, Miriam, if you're on your round of 12 and you've got 6 done with your right arm, but you're fatigued, then maybe go to your left, do 6, switch it back. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Now let's talk. The second part of the workout today. Let me get that down. Is just going to be 3 rounds for quality of good mornings and bent over rows. Those bent over rows can be done with 2 hands at once, holding a dumbbell, or you can do 1 arm at a time. These are for quality, not for time. So, and then our good mornings, use a weight if you can. You can hold that kettlebell nice and high. Favi, you can use that barbell to do your good morning. And we'll hit that before we sign off and say goodbye. Okay. Any questions about the workout?
Mm-mm.
Nope. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to get moving a little bit. So go ahead and stand up for me. We're going to just start with 20 and 10. So I'm looking for 20 jumping jacks and 10 athletic burpees. Okay. You can take your time on this. Don't have to sprint through those athletic burpees. I really just want to get your bodies moving a little bit. So 20 jumping jacks, clapping overhead, biceps by your ears, and 10 athletic burpees. So you don't need to get your chest all the way down. Stand and squeeze at the top. So 20 and 10. Nice work, Miriam.
Few times through?
No, I just one time for right now. Good news, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to do a 5-4-3. Okay, so what the 5-4-3 is going to be, you're going to inchworm out into a push-up, and you're going to do 5 slow and controlled push-ups. Mostly slow on the descent. If you want to explode on the press out, that's fine. So you're going to do 5 push-ups, and then you're going to walk your feet back, hands back to your feet, and stand up. Okay, that's your first one. The second one's going to be 4. You're gonna walk out, you're gonna do 4 push-ups. Then you're gonna walk back in. Then the third one, you're gonna walk back out, you're gonna do 3 push-ups. Then you're gonna be done. So you're gonna do 5 push-ups, 4 push-ups, 3 push-ups. Before we start, on the inchworm, I want you to keep your legs straight. So watch me real quick. I'm gonna demo. So one thing I notice a lot of times when people are doing inchworms is they come down and then they bend their knees like this and walk out, and then same thing on the way back. They bend their knees on the way up. That eliminates the hamstring stretch. So ideally what I'd like to see is a nice hamstring stretch with straight legs, and then I walk myself out into my plank, and same thing on the way back, straight legs, walk myself all the way back. So focus on keeping your legs straight, not bent on these inchworms. So the first one, you're gonna inchworm out, give me 5 push-ups. James, get those legs straight, just what I just said. Straighten those legs, 5 push-ups. Try not to let those knees bend. That's perfect, James. That was much better. Good. Do the same thing on the way out. Try to keep those legs nice and straight. You should feel that in your hamstrings a little more. 4 push-ups on the second time through. Nice job. Try to flex those knees and quads on those push-ups so that at the bottom of the push-up, your knees are actually not on the ground. If you flex your quads at the bottom of your push-up, your knees will not even be touching the ground. Third time through, it's 3 push-ups. All right, after your third time through. All right, now I want to see 1 set of step forward lunges. I want to see 8 total, so give me beautiful 4 step outs so with each leg. So I'm going to have my chest up, step out, kiss my knee, and back. Then I'm going to go other side, step back. Give me 8 total. So 4 each leg, alternating step out lunges. Keep that chest up for me, James. Keep your eyes up on towards the wall or the ceiling. That'll help keep your chest up. Nice job. Nice job. All right, so this time we're gonna do what's called a dive bomber, okay? So I'm gonna demo what a dive bomber looks like. We're only gonna do the first portion. These are also called sort of under the fence. That's like what some people call a dive bomber. Basically, I'll demo it first and then I'll talk about it. So a dive bomber, I'm gonna start in this position right here, and then I'm gonna come down, and then it finishes in this yoga position right here, okay? Then I'm gonna send my hips up to the ceiling. Try again. One thing to focus on, look at me for a second if you can. Try not to let your elbows come out this way. Try to have your elbows track back as you come up. If you need to do these from your knees, you can go just down like this, scrape your chin to the floor, and in that yoga push-up, okay? So give me 4 dive bombers, and then we're gonna go back to the lunges, and then we're gonna do 3 dive bombers, back to the lunges, and then 2 dive bombers, back to the lunges. So take your time with these. Good, James. I really want you to try to track those elbows back, get your head as low as you can, come up into that yoga stretch.
How long should we stay in the yoga pose?
3 seconds, 3 seconds. Kathleen, that looked good. Once you've done all the reps on this one, go ahead and stand up. Give me those 8 lunges again. Give me those 4 and 4 right leg, left leg alternating lunges. And then back down for 3 dive bombers. And then we'll do 8 more lunges, and then 2 dive bombers, 8 more lunges. Okay, so lunges in between each set of dive bombers. The second set, you do 3. Kathleen, that looks terrific. I like that. All right, James, so it's 3 dive bombers this time. Try to get that, try to imagine your head's going underneath the fence, and you stand, yep, stay in that stretch. There you go, Miriam. Nice and slow. I like that. Good. And then 8 more lunges, Kathleen. I like that. How we doing, Fabi?
Good.
Good. I like that stretch. Back down. Give me 8 lunges, Fabi. And then on the last set through, you're going to do 2 dive bombers. And then 8 more lunges. All right, so I'm going to talk briefly about our pike push-up or our raised leg pike push-up version. So I'll demo one of each. I'm also going to show you what I'm talking about with the elevated target, okay? Well, let me see if you can see me here. All right, I'm going to take my elevated box over here. All right, so on a pike push-up, if you don't want to elevate your feet, okay? And all we're doing is from the floor. I'm going to have my ab mat here to demo. I'm going to put that right underneath where I want my target to be. Okay? So I'm going to get down into this pike position here. You'll notice my head is right between my shoulders. Can you guys see me here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My head is right between my hands like it would be in a handstand push-up. When I come down, my elbows are going to track back towards my feet, not out towards the wall. I'm going to come down, touch my head, back up, down, back up. If I take one leg off the floor, it makes it a little more challenging. Okay, that's going to work. So everybody, I want to see a set of 5 just from the floor. I want to see where we're at. And then we'll talk about elevating our target in case we need to shorten up that range of motion.
If we're doing handstand push-ups, do you want us to do that or still do the pike?
Hold on.
If you
I'm gonna
have
go
the
grab
ability, saying if you want to kick all the way up, if you have the ability to kick up and you want to do handstands, by all means, yeah, that's excellent. Yes, I should have said that. So sort of tuck your chin just a little. Yeah, Fabi, that's it. Tuck your chin a little bit more. Try not to let your head track back behind your hands. Try to keep that head right where your hands are, like in the same plane. Just 5 reps. Or if, Kathleen, if you want to do 3, if you're doing all the way up, just give me 2 or 3. Okay, nice. So now let's talk about if I was going to shorten my range of motion on these. For example, if I wanted to say, I want to stay with that, but I can't go quite all the way to the floor, I have a yoga block here that I've got. I could put that underneath my head. Hands by the side of the target. Back down. Touch my head to the yoga block. Back up. Back up. Okay? Now, we're going to add a little elevation. Okay? So I've got this box over here I'm going to use. I'm going to place my feet up on top of the box. Just like this. And then I'm going to walk my hands in. I'm going to grab my target. All right, so I'm going to walk my hands in. Okay. Down. Up. Down. Up. That's a lot more challenging when my feet are up. That means more body weight is shifting towards my arms, meaning my shoulders are lifting more load than they would be if my feet were on the ground. So for anybody who has an elevated station, James, I know you do. Fabi, I don't know if that's what you're sitting on. Go ahead and give me 3 elevated foot pike push-ups.
But Adam, if I can't put my head onto the floor without a prop, I should just stick with the pike,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Okay.
That's exactly the barometer you want to use.
Okay.
Bobby, I like your head position this time better than the last time. Keep that chin tucked down for me if you can. Nice work. Okay, and then when we rest on these, obviously the first two or three rounds, we're probably gonna go unbroken when we're doing 3, 6, and 9. But when we get to the 12, 15, and even 18, obviously we're gonna take breaks. So come out, don't go to failure. Try to stop 1 rep before you absolutely fail. Shake the arms out, and then get back on it, because we really wanna minimize rest and transition time in this workout, okay? All right, so let's talk briefly about our power cleans. Let's start with a dumbbell. I'm gonna grab a 25-pound dumbbell myself here. All right. So let's go ahead and grab our dumbbell. We're gonna start with just 1 set of 10 dumbbell deadlifts. I just wanna get the hips moving with the weight. So I've got my weight here. I'm gonna approach my dumbbell here, chest up, stand. You'll notice my hips, they come down. I'm not leaving them up here and hinging just here. I'm actually coming down, dropping my hips so that my back angle is still like this. Give me 10 fast hips, fast hips. James, raise those eyes up for me. Look at your screen. That'll help keep your chest. That's what we're looking for right there.
Both sides or just one side?
Both sides, yeah. 10 on each side. Thank you. We're not jumping it up there yet, Kathleen. That's next. We're just going deadlift. We're just, no worries. That's coming next.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. You're excited. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about our clean. So when we open those hips, you guys know, I know you guys are an experienced class. You know that the whole idea behind a clean is to open those hips fast with long arms so that you can elevate the shoulder and then raise the elbow and come around and catch it, okay? So what I'm looking for on these is I like to do these from the side. I see some people take their dumbbell between their legs when they jump it up. I prefer to keep it kind of like a barbell movement because my hands are going to be outside my hips. So I kind of do it this way. Jump and stand. Let me change this angle just a bit. All right, so I come down, kiss the floor, back up and stand. Back down, open the hips, stand, open the hips, stand, and back down. So let's do 4 reps right arm, 4 reps left arm, where we're jumping that dumbbell up with a nice big chest, keeping the chest up. Don't hunch over. Keep the eyes up. Keep that arm long for me, James. You're bending your arm, elbow just before your hips open. Much better. That one looked way better. Keep your eyes up. Don't forget. Let's see it, Miriam. Nice. So that, Miriam, that I can tell that's heavy, but I mean, you're moving it.
Yeah. It's equivalent to what the weight for me on the barbell would have been for sure.
Okay,
It's
excellent.
hard like that.
So just like I said, be flexible if you need to either go to switching hands in between or cutting the reps down when we get to a double-digit number. Those are options if you need to. But you know, don't just go to them to go to them. If you're still able to move it, then keep it.
it's at the end of the day, it's 8 minutes. There's only gonna be so
Right.
much time to
Exactly.
mess around.
That's why I don't want you to use a weight that forces you to rest a lot.
Right.
I would
Right.
much rather us use light weights and minimize transition time.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. All right. So what I want us to do now, there you go, Favi. So with that, keep that barbell a little bit closer to your shins and your thighs. Now give me a couple shrugs, barbell, clean pulls. So just stand it and then pull with those. There you go. Good. That looks good. All right, then I'd take a rest real quick, shake the arms out, or there you go, straight up into the clean. That's good. Those look good.
Let's see. I may jump to dumbbells later.
Okay. I mean, it's an 8-minute workout. If you just decide that I'm sticking with this barbell, I'm going to keep it moving, I'm going to focus on the handstand push-ups. I mean, I think that from what I saw here, it looked like that was good. I get that the barbell is not what you're used to, but it's nice to practice with something different, you know. Like they do in the CrossFit games, you know, sometimes they make them use those axle bars that are those really thick ones. You know, it's really just to throw something that they're not used to doing. So this can be sort of thought of the same way.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay, so what I want to see is before we start, I'm going to make you guys do round 1 as a primer. So what I'm looking for is 3 and 3. I just want to see 3 handstand push-ups, 3 power cleans right arm, 3 power cleans left arm. For you, Favi, that will just be 3 and 3 if you're using the barbell. Bobby, the one thing I want to see is make sure you keep that barbell close on your shins. Like, because it needs to start close. Don't have it 3 or 4 inches out in front of your shins. Make sure that barbell is just right up against your shin and it comes right up your shin and your thigh, keeping that barbell close.
Okay. Are we allowed to be on our knees here on our?
Yes, that's a great point. I didn't demo that, but for the elevated pike push-ups, you can also elevate from your knees, not just from your feet. So perfect question, Bobby. Thank you. Tuck that chin though. Imagine that you're in a handstand push-up, and that's the angle of your chin in relation to your arms and your hands. All right, so that's 3 and 3. The rep scheme is going to be 3-3, 6-6, 9-9. For those of you going one arm at a time, your rep scheme is going to be 3-3-3 because you're going to do 3 handstand push-ups, 3 right arm, 3 left arm. So 3-3-3, 9-9-9, 12. Sorry, 3-3-3, 6-6-6, 9-9-9, 12-12-12. Up by 15 every time through. All right, your score is going to be total number of reps. We'll have time to calculate that. All you got to do is remember what the last round was you completed. And then you're only going to get credit. This is a good point right here. If you're going right arm and left arm individually, you're not going to get points for both. All right. So if I go 3-3-3, I'm only going to get 6. I'm not going to get 9. I know. Sorry, James. All right, so we'll go 30 seconds once you guys are ready to rock and roll. We're starting with handstand push-ups. It's going to be 3. I'm going to get my clock here. I'm going to set it for 8 minutes. Give me 1 moment to do that. There'll be a countdown timer. Eight minutes on the clock. Ready to rock. As you can see, we've got 8 minutes on the clock. We're going 3-3-3. I see everybody's there. Give me a thumbs up if you want to go ahead and mute your audio. If you're playing music, if you're not playing music, I do not care if you mute your audio. You can leave it on for me. You guys, there's only 4 of us. So if there's no background noise other than just you, I'm happy to have you leave it on. That way, if you need to talk to me at any point, then that's doable. Or you can just tell me to shut up or something. All right. 8 minutes on the clock. Go ahead and get in your handstand push-up station, and we will get this party started. All right. Here we go. Workout starts in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 8 minutes on the clock. 3 handstand push-ups. There you go. Eyes up for me, James. Keep those eyes up. Barbell in nice and close, Favi. 3 reps, then right back on the handstands. Here we go. There you go, Miriam. 3 on each side. Tuck that chin down. There you go. On 6 reps on round 2. There you go, Miriam. Those elbows track back towards your feet. Chest up. James, keep dropping that head. Keep that head up for me. Big difference in the form. Long arm, jump it up. Try not to bicep curl it. Try to jump it with your hips. 3rd round is 9 reps. There you go, Miriam. Chest up for me, Miriam. Keep those eyes on the horizon. There you go. Jump it up. There you go. I like that you're alternating. That way it keeps you moving. Nice, Favi. Keep that barbell close. 9 cleans. Moving good, Favi. Already in double digits. Chest up, James. Eyes up. Short breaks, Miriam. Here we go. Get those head right between those arms. There you go, Favi. Good. Drop those hips down for me, just like a regular deadlift, Kathleen. There you go. Try not to just hinge at the hips. Nice job. Nice work. Do not want to let that foot off the accelerator here, guys. You're already 3 minutes in, all right? 5 to go. Nice job. There you go, Miriam. Good. Nice, James. Short rest, James. Here we go. Nice work. Nice work. Take those arms out when you take those rests. There you go, Kathleen. All right, we're halfway. We're already halfway. Come on, guys. Keep that intensity. Keep that pace. Come on. Keep those eyes up for me, Kathleen. Dumbbell stays nice and close on the way up our leg, and then we jump and open our hips, in high elbows, come around, catch, and stand. 3.5 left. 3.5 left. Keep those eyes up on the cleans. Everybody eyes up. Nice job, guys. We are already 5 minutes down, 3 to go. Nice. Don't bend that elbow too early, James. Keep the arms long. Use your lower body to jump it up. These are big numbers. We're on 15 or 18 now. 2.5 minutes. There you go, Kathleen. Nice, James. That head down there. All right, here we go, Favi. You got 2 minutes. Let's finish this big set, Favi. Let's try to get back to the barbell for the next round. All right, I want you guys moving for this last 90 seconds. Come on, transition times to a minimum. Come on. We got 90 seconds on the clock right now, 90. You can move for 90 seconds. You can rest right after. Back on it, Miriam. Rest up. Use the hips. Jump the kettlebell. Good. "60 seconds. Last minute. I really want you guys to sprint. Come on. Everything you got. Everything you got. If you need to go to your knees, if you need to make an adjustment so that you can keep moving, let's do that. Come on. Just keep it moving. 45 seconds. Don't stop, James. Keep it moving. Eyes up. Eyes up. Use that lower body to jump that dumbbell. There it is, Kathleen. Finish all the reps. Finish all these reps. Come on, 30 seconds. You're going at a nice speed. You can do 1 rep every 2 seconds. Come on. 20 seconds. Here we go, Favi. All the way through. Get as many reps as you can. You got 15 seconds. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Nice job, guys. Catch your breath. Shake those arms out. I bet your shoulders are on fire. Go ahead and unmute if you were muted. That looked really good with that kettlebell, Miriam.
Okay, good. I had to switch up because
Yeah, I noticed you were alternating. I think that was a wise decision.
you beat up your shoulder.
Yes, and your wrist. Like anything with a kettlebell, your wrists and your shoulders take the brunt. The only thing I couldn't, James, I couldn't see I could only see your shoulders on your handstands, so I couldn't see your range of motion. But it looked to me, based on your hips, it looked like you were going all the way down. Did you have a target? Did you have like an ab mat or a towel or something? Tilt it down a little bit for me. Tilt your screen down a little bit for me. Oh, I got you.
I was having my sweat towel as a target.
Okay, perfect. Nice work. So yeah, the one thing, whenever we're doing these pike push-ups, I just think about imagining if I was on the wall, how my head and arm position would be, so that I don't sort of turn it into an incline bench press.
Right.
Meaning, if I'm here doing them this way, it's kind of like a push-up versus this. If I push my head through the window, I'm gonna incorporate a lot more of my shoulders and my traps. As I start to push my head out in front, I start to incorporate my chest muscles, okay? So a handstand push-up is a lot more deltoid, traps, and shoulders, and not a lot of chest. But when we transition into our head coming in front of our hands, the muscles that we recruit for that pattern switch over to our chest muscles and our triceps. I mean, your triceps are going to work both, but we're trying to minimize the chest and maximize the shoulder. So just think about that positioning when you're doing those, and when you're setting up your elevation and for your range of motion and stuff like that. Okay, so part 2, we're going to get through this. It is a 3-rounder of 10 good mornings and 10 bent over rows. So I'm just real quickly going to refresh on the bent over row. I'm going to demo the 1-arm version and the 2-arm version, okay? So I've got my dumbbell here, 25 pounds. All right, I'm going to bend over. This is the position that I want here. I'm going to row to the front. If I hold to the side, I row back. Notice my arm is at 90 degrees, full range of motion. So 1, 2, then I switch sides. Same thing other way. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I want to use one dumbbell at the same time, I'm going to hold it this way, bend over, touch it right to my sternum here, back down from the side. 1, squeeze the shoulder blades. 2. If I'm using a barbell, if you want to go ahead and use your barbell for this, I have a barbell here. Bend over. 1, 2, 3, just like that. I can use the kettlebell the same way. Kettlebell, I can do 2-handed version and like this, or 1-handed and like this, all right? Before we start, on the good mornings, anytime we're adding weight with a good morning that is not a barbell, because obviously a barbell is going to sit nice on our back, that's going to be pretty straightforward. If I'm using a dumbbell, I can go ahead and clean it up into the front rack, just like this. You might be able to see me here. Got my dumbbell on my front rack. Come forward and stand. From the side, down, stand. You can also use the kettlebell, same thing. Pick that kettlebell up into my front rack. Down, stand, down, stand. All right, so we got 3 rounds, 10 good mornings, 10 bent over rows. For quality, we're not trying to race through, but at the same time, keep moving. Miriam, I see you already got your barbell or
Rake, yep.
rake. I like that. So the one thing I will say on the good mornings versus a deadlift, Fabi, if you can get rid of a little bit of the knee bend. So we try to keep your legs a little bit straighter. That'll just give you more stretch in your hamstrings, the less you bend your knee. So with a good morning, it's just a very slight bend in the knee. I like that we have a rake and a broom.
Look, cleanliness here, right?
Yeah, you do what you got to do. I'd much rather do good mornings with a rake than actually rake with a rake.
Fair enough. Is my back straight enough, Adam?
Yes, yeah, your back looks good. In fact, I mean, you could even tip over more and make it so that your arms are dropping straight down.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
Because you're kind of like at an angle.
Yeah.
If you want to have your arms go basically
Got it.
straight down
Oh, okay.
this way.
Okay.
Eyes up for me, James. And then you really exaggerate the squeeze on your shoulder blades when you lift that first arm. So again, you're doing 10 with your right arm, 10 with your left arm, not 5 and 5.
Oh, that was 10 total.
Yes. So nope. I should have been more clear, James. And of course, I leave it to you to figure out the flaw in my description. Minimize the work. Eyes up. I gotta get those eyes up, James. It makes such a difference in your positioning of your spine when you lift your chin. I can see a total difference. So really try to put that into your arsenal of pro tips that you need to keep those eyes up. We got 3 rounds, 10 mornings, 10 bent over rows each arm, or if you're doing both arms together, then it's just 10. Nice, Kathleen. Looking good. Nice, Bobby. So have you always had that set up down there, Fabi, or have you added to it since we've been quarantined?
No, we always had this set up.
Okay.
I don't like working out alone.
So is that you that mostly uses that, or are there other family members?
Oh,
That...
my husband set up this whole thing down here.
Okay, got it.
The only thing is mine is the rower. That's it.
Got it.
Never get your social, Sally.
Huh?
I would never get your social butterfly.
Oh, you're definitely social butterfly.
Yeah, I don't like working out alone. I like groups.
Yeah, this
Like teams.
yeah, I mean that's the whole reason why I found myself in CrossFit years ago, is because I get in my head and I just can't. I just like to follow directions. I like to see other people sweating and feeling the pain like I do. It motivates me to keep moving. So just thank God for technology. It allows us to stay engaged with each other. I think it's important.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you for your good coaching, Adam.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. It gets me out of bed because since I don't have to go into the office, I've been sleeping until like 9 or 10. So doing these 6:30 a.m.s actually get me up and moving.
Right.
Don't you have the core office hours or something, Adam?
I do go to my office occasionally, just because the staff isn't there. So it's almost being quarantined. Like there's only maybe one other person in the entire office. So
What do you do?
what do I do? I'm an attorney.
Ah,
Yeah. I just graduated law school last summer.
ah,
So
good.
I'm very thankful that I graduated last summer and not this year.
Yeah.
I know.
Folks in law school this year are having to like do everything via computer, and like the only way I was able to study in law school was to go seclude myself in the library. Like I was terrible about studying from home. So this whole semester would have been awful for me. And then not to mention the bar exam, which is, every July, that they may have to move that. And it's
my gosh.
laying
And you have all those job offers contingent on that. It's just so hard.
I mean, yeah, it's a nightmare. So I'm fortunate that the firm that I'm at a very small firm, and I'm their only associate. And these two guys that I work for are older guys that, and I like to stay on top of all their cases so that way that makes my job security a little
Perfect.
more. So it's working out so far.
Thank goodness.
But it's crazy. It is crazy.
Are you still doing stuff since I heard all the courts are closed?
Sorry?
Are you still working?
Yeah. We've got 30 or 40 cases. A lot of them are like, personal injury stuff. So there's always letters and emails. And it seems like other industries, insurance industries, people that we deal with through the normal course of business, it seems like they're still operating either from home or teleworking. So there's a lot of stuff that can still be done. You got to make some modifications. Like some folks don't have fax machines available because they're working from home, or if you try to get something scanned, it's hard because they don't have scanners and things like that. But
you still rely on faxes? I thought medical was the only industry still relying on faxes.
Yeah, the reason we use faxes is because we deal with so many medical. Because we have to get medical records for personal injuries, so they still use fax. But our fax is essentially email. I mean, it comes to our email. when we send it, it's basically leaves from our email. So I don't really know exactly the difference, but it's still technically a fax. But anyway, enough talk about legal jargon.
I was say it's going to be interesting what happens with all the HIPAA stuff after all this, since they're relaxing so much of HIPAA right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I mean,
Well, friends, I have to go on a conference call, but I loved working out with you this morning. Hope you all have a
Good
great
job,
day.
Miriam.
Okay.
Hopefully your kids stay chill.
They do what they can.
All right, we'll
Okay.
see them at the class today.
Exactly. Great.
All
I'm
right,
very
bye. All right, good work, everybody. Good work, James. Good to see you, Kathleen.
See, I have a question.
Yes.
What's the best stretch for hamstrings? I think of everything we're doing, I just feel like my legs are crazy tight. Is there something?
So okay, so there's a couple of things. I love bands for my hamstrings. So I don't know if you have a band, if you don't, or straps. So have you ever seen yoga straps?
Oh.
So a rope or something where you're down and you can I have a band right here. So if I'm down on the floor and I take my band or a rope or a strap and basically just because versus trying to do it static with my arms, this gives me a little play.
Cool. Yeah.
You can pull it in like this, all right? But if I'm talking just my favorite stretch for hamstrings, it's this one that we do, can you see me? Where I put my leg over my other leg and then I come back.
Oh, yeah. I'll try that.
That hits all of this. It's
Yeah.
almost a little more butt than hamstring, but it really hits this side all through here. I can also grab above my knee and then just relax. I'm actually really tight right now. That's crazy. That feels really good. And then other side, just relax into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
And obviously, stiff leg, good mornings. I mean, any kind of thing, just even old school, just hanging nice and long, grab your toes, relaxing. Remember, with stretching, I think a lot of times we rush through it. When you watch those ROMWOD videos that we do at the gym,
Yeah.
They make
I think everyone's like, wow, how long am I going to stand in this stretch? It's 2 minutes. But really, the reason they do that is because that's really what it takes. You can't just stretch for 10 seconds and expect your hamstring to react. You really do need to dedicate 2 minutes or 90 seconds to really get that effect that you're looking for. So maybe it's just the fact that you need to spend a little more time and not change the exercises.
And I think also because we're running more, my knees have been bothering me more too. We're running or walking more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try. Can you download ROMWOD? Is Apple TV?
So ROMWOD is, I don't know if I would qualify it like Apple TV. If you have a membership, which the gym has a membership, then we have unlimited access to their videos. It's an app. So on your phone, you can get the app. On your iPad, you can get the app. On the website, you can log in. I don't know how much access you have as a free. So you may play with that. I think you can get some stuff free if you download the app and play with that. I was doing ROMWOD about 5 or 6 months ago, and I went through a whole month where I did it consistently, at least 3 to 4 times a week, and I knew it. I could tell a difference. And in fact, me saying this right now reminds me I should probably be adding that to my routine again, because it's just being consistent. One day maybe you feel a little bit better, but it's but when you do it every other day for 2 weeks, you really do notice a difference throughout the day, and whatever you're doing, you're like, wow, I'm moving better, going up and down the steps. I'm not noticing as much knee pain. And that's the other thing about knee pain is I've been reading a lot because I've got an issue with my right knee. Stretching out the quadriceps muscles on both sides, your knee might hurt down below your kneecap, but that might be stemming from a tight quad above the knee, or it could even be related to your IT band. So you really have to sort of hit all of the pieces and really pay attention to what works and what doesn't work. And when you're like, wow, my knee felt better today, and I focused on, you know, my IT band, then, you know, you go on YouTube and you look up IT band stretches, foam rolling, lacrosse ball, and you really have to hone it in and try to figure out what works for you, because we're all built differently. Different things are going to work for different people.
Okay.
But keep at it. I mean, there's not, you know, really, there's no harm that can come from stretching. I mean, stretching
Yeah.
is basically a fix-all. So we highly recommend it. It's just the time is hard, especially for folks that have kids and stuff,
Yeah.
or, you know, crazy work schedules. It's hard to find the time to stretch.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam.
I'll see you guys. I'll be here on Friday morning, I think. And then the other days I'm here like at nighttime. But
Okay.
good to see you. Good work.
See you. Have a good day, guys.
Yep.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Adam. Thank you.